Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events. A guide to active, independent living. With your hosts, Margie Toms and Janet Halliday.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Senior Connections. I'm Margie Wimberly Toms.
And I'm Janet Halliday. Today we are back with an old and dear friend who has been on Senior Connections talking about reverse mortgages several years ago. But he is back with a new company, and he is going to tell us all about reverse mortgages. We are so happy to have Larry Reed with us today.
Thank you, guys. It's
Welcome,
a pleasure being
Larry.
here.
Good seeing you again.
Actually, I'm honored to be here. You know, your new digs, and it's exciting, so thank you.
Why don't you tell us all about what you're doing now as it relates to reverse mortgage?
Well, this is actually, I'm actually with the third company because one of them was sold. Actually, two of them were sold. And so the latest one I've joined is called One Reverse, and it's part of the Quicken Loans family. So we have our parent company did $70 billion worth of loans last year. So I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still working in South Carolina and in this local market.
All right. And for those of you who don't know, the reverse one is the ad that you see with Henry Winkler, or the Fonz as we know. And this, Larry, is your representative for South Carolina. So when you're thinking about a reverse mortgage, I want you to think Larry, not the Fonz.
Absolutely.
Great, thank you. I think I'm finished.
Larry, because of all the TV advertising that's going on today, have most older adults heard of reverse mortgage?
You know,
now.
As opposed to when I was here the last time, I think that's true, because that TV advertising has really expanding the people are aware of it. The difference today is that there's so much misinformation out there. There's a lack of information, and people are hearing things that really don't tell the truth about the program.
Yes.
So my whole approach today in the work that I do is to lift that veil, get rid of those mysteries, and make sure people really understand it, because then they're in a position to make the decision that's right for them.
Absolutely.
Now, on this list of questions I have a new acronym. And now, what is that, and what does it stand for? The HECM?
The reverse mortgages, because there is some negativity attached to them and misinformation. This is a personal thing. I'm changing the term that I use to HECM. Now, that actually is the formal name for reverse mortgages. Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. It really describes what this is, because the program's intent is to change equity into cash. Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. So that's the reason I'm in the process of changing it for me. And I think it also helps me explain it to people in a different way.
Well, let me tell you to trademark it right now.
Okay,
so that you
all right, I'll grab it if I can.
Okay, so kind of start us off, who is eligible for a reverse mortgage?
Well, the most important thing is you have to be at least 62. So it's not something that, and oftentimes I'll have people call much younger than that saying, gee, I'd love to do that. Well, you got to wait, because it's the intent of the program, and the reason the government developed it 24 years ago, or they became involved, it's been around a long time, but government involvement was to support older adults to live in their home for as long as they can. And most folks, that's where they prefer to live. The idea of a retirement home, not particularly exciting for any of us. So that's had a lot to do with the conversion of this to being a program, and as people are learning more about it and being comfortable, it's expanding.
Yes. There was some bad publicity that was going on out there worldwide about reverse mortgage, and that's probably what was confusing a lot of people. That's why I'm so happy that you were able to come back here and, just brush all that, all away, because you need to know the facts, correct?
Exactly, and what you're saying, Margie, is the fact that this program, the most important thing I tell people is take your time, understand it, and then you can make the decision. It's not my decision. It's you taking your time, and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Now, the people that do this, that do it over the telephone, I get concerned about them because they've never been to South Carolina in most cases.
And we're going to take our first break, so stay right there, and you're going to learn more about reverse mortgages, so don't go anywhere.
Are your floors in need of a facelift? Shop at Floor Boys. We have the highest quality products, value pricing, and unmatched service. At Floor Boys, we treat you like family, provide an experience you cannot get at the big box stores. So please come see me, Brian, at Floor Boys.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath or unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products today for help with safe, comfortable, independent bathing solutions. We specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Our walk-in tubs feature hydrotherapy technology, so your bath is always warm and may even increase blood flow circulation and reduce swelling. Call Comar today to schedule your showroom appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are your floors in need of a facelift? Shop at Floor Boys. We have the highest quality products, value pricing, and unmatched service. At Floor Boys, we treat you like family, provide an experience you cannot get at the big box stores. So please come see me, Brian, at Floor Boys.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are continuing our conversation with Larry Reed, talking about reverse mortgage. Larry, with all the advertising on TV, as I said before, are many of the loans done over the telephone instead of face-to-face today?
They still are, and that's a big concern of mine personally, because one of the real benefits of this is to sit down with somebody face-to-face, see their home, oftentimes meet their family, understand how they live, so I can help guide them. This may not be right for them, but by having that opportunity, that chances are the ones on the telephone are states away, sitting in an office with a telephone, with a headset on. They're telemarketers is really what they are. Nothing really wrong with them, but they don't have the benefit that I have of being right here in South Carolina.
And Larry, that was one of the questions that I had. When these folks see these just across the board commercials for these reverse mortgages, and they call in for the information, then how does it get to you, or what is that process like?
Great question, thank you. Because with our company, I don't do the call-ins. I get all of mine, I generate it myself. So my leads come from friends, from previous customers, from financial planners, word of mouth, that kind of thing. And one of the things that's really changed since we were together last time is the program has a history of being needs-based, people that have financial problems. And that's still the case. We'll still always help those folks. But what's shifting now is we're doing a lot more work with financial planners. We now have a purchase program, for example. And what's happening with the financial planners is they're looking at some of these products and they're saying this can really be useful to folks. For example, a lot of people have an equity line of credit on their home. They're using it for emergencies, they're just having it there, right? Well, with this program, there's an equity line, but there's no payments required, there's no qualification required. And once it's in place, it'll never go away. Remember what happened a few years ago? Banks started reducing the lines of credit, started pulling them. With this one, once it's in place, it's there.
So does somebody have to own their home to qualify for this?
Well, they can either own the home, yes, and they have to, and to qualify, there's there's a couple of steps. One is, and qualification is based on the date of birth of the youngest person on title, the current interest rates, which for this program are very low, like all interest rates, and the current value of the property. So we put that information into a model, and it tells us how much they qualify for. So they have to have enough equity to qualify. The older they are,
yeah, that's true.
the more money they get.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So that's the simplicity of the program.
Is there a limit, a low to a high limit in terms of the equity that one must have on their home?
It all goes into the model, and we don't even know what makes up the model. So it tells us. But we do know that the older they are, I did one recently for somebody that was 95. Well, this lady got an awful lot of the money out of her home because she was 95 years old. Where somebody 62 is not going to get as much. Why? Because there's a lot more life, most likely, in their life.
True.
And so that's the reason it's organized that way. It's a very unique program. As I mentioned, you have to be at least 62. And yet what it allows an older adult to do is take part of the equity out of their home, and title is still in their name. They can sell it if they decide they want to, but there's no monthly mortgage payments required.
Well, now, do they get their money, is it monthly installments, or can they get it all at once? How is the money distributed?
The money's really distributed. There's several choices. One is, I mentioned, the line of credit, where they would just have an emergency fund. If they need money, they get it. But here's one of the interesting things about our emergency fund is it grows every month like a savings account. So it's not like the one at the bank that you got to make payments on. This one actually grows, and you don't have to make payments. So that's one.
So how is that growth achieved? Is the money just invested in something?
It will grow at the same interest rate as the reverse mortgage, the HECM loan. It's going to grow at that same pace, and it's just one of the dynamics of the program. I used the word wrong, didn't I? I used reverse. I caught me.
We're going to take another break right now, and we'll be back with more on reverse mortgages after this message.
Oh my gosh.
And if you have need for the services of our sponsors, please give them a call.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
If you're looking for a fun new friend, what a day. Shelters are the best places to find one.
You don't say!
There you'll discover healthy, happy, loving animals.
Nothing but the best.
Waiting to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt.
We'll always be a best of friends.
To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home, they are your neighbors. and you'll appreciate the difference.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are again talking to Larry Reed, the expert on reverse mortgages in South Carolina. Larry, tell us the difference between the HECM, the HECM, and the regular mortgage.
Well, a regular mortgage, we make payments every month,
yeah.
And as we make payments, we create equity, right?
Yes.
We reduce the amount that we owe. This is not a gift or a grant, and I always want to make sure people understand that. Nobody's giving them necessarily anything. They're using the equity that actually belongs to them. Mm-hmm. So what this one does is it grows a little bit every month. So it's going to get larger. Now, the question is, what if it gets to be more than the value of the property? Are they going to have to move out? The answer is no. The way this program is set up, as long as they do three things, the homeowner has three responsibilities. Pay their taxes,
yes.
Have homeowners insurance, so if it burns down, they get paid off.
That would be important.
And the third thing is keep it up. Don't let it fall apart.
Yes.
And if they do those things, if they live to be 150, they can still live in that home. So the program is designed to keep people in the home, and it's backed by the government.
That's
it's an FHA program. Yeah.
Now, Larry, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to even explain this because I'm kind of fuzzy on it. Now, do both, or say a couple, do both people's name have to be on the title of the property?
Important question, because I'll talk about a risk as it relates to that. But number one, I've done a lot of these for couples where they were looking at where they were going to be if one with the most income passed away.
Yes.
And if there was a mortgage payment, for example, the other one could be devastated. Well, by doing this and putting them both on title, it benefits them as a couple, and if one passes away, it just continues going until the other one passes or moves out permanently. So it's designed to protect them. Now, one of the things that's happened is not everybody understands that. And I've done a couple myself, and I'll tell you stories about them, but where people took a younger spouse off title. Now, if the older person dies and the younger person isn't on, they're just one of the heirs. They have no tie to the home or the HECM program. So we have to be very, very careful about that. Our company's very careful. They discourage that. Now, I did one here in Columbia that we were going down that path. The lady was 55, the husband was 76. So it was quite a disparity of age, and yet they wanted to do this. And I kept saying, what are you going to do if he dies first? You're going to go live someplace else? Do you have that plan? Turns out, as we looked into it, they had a life insurance plan that was tied around their mortgage. So we called their current mortgage holder, found out that it could be transferred, and so they now have just continued to make those life insurance payments, basically is what they are, so that if he passes away, or if she passes away, the HECM loan will get paid off.
Be in effect.
So there's different ways to get around it, but it is a very important risk that people need to be aware of.
Well, and that's why talking with someone like you, as opposed to someone on a telephone, is vital to make the understanding, because every situation is so unique. You and I both know, well, we all know that, because and as we age and we forget certain things and we don't know what we have here and who's listed on the forms, it becomes more and more complicated.
It does, and part of the fun, frankly, of what I do is sitting down with somebody in their home and hearing their life stories. And you know who gets the most out of that? Me.
You do.
I do.
It's so much fun.
Larry, it's so much fun because I get to know them. I get to know who they really are, and it also helps me kind of guide them. Does this make sense? Because it doesn't always make sense.
Well, I was just going to ask you that. Perhaps it's not the best thing. You would certainly let them know, from your point of view, that you don't think they're ready to take a reverse mortgage.
You really, to do this right, it's the only way you can do that, and so. That's the reason I spend so much time in the education phase.
Yes.
Even if they don't end up doing it, I'm comfortable that, number one, they understand it and they may come back later.
Exactly.
But number two, they'll tell their friends and their neighbors, and maybe I'll end up getting something else out of it where I can help somebody.
You never know.
So yeah.
Now, Larry, one of the things that I obviously know, having known you for a good while, you got some new certification or additional certification when you became a part of this company. What all did that entail?
Well, one of the things that happened with this company, with MetLife, we were automatically licensed in every state, so it wasn't any big deal. With this company, I spent 3 months, I would suppose, in getting licensed in 6 different states. I've since dropped 3 of them because I didn't want them to begin with. Like they licensed me in California, Texas, and Florida. Well, but I now am in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
Oh.
So that's what I want to focus on.
Okay, and that's what we'll focus on right after this break, and we'll be back with more reverse mortgages, and don't go anywhere.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are talking with our guest, Larry Reed, talking about reverse mortgages. Now, Larry, one thing I've never understood, how can someone borrow money and never be required to make payments?
Isn't that a great deal? I think everybody, that's the reason everybody lines up to find out about it. But it is a unique thing about this. Again, the support to keep people in their homes, number one.
Yes.
And number two, the fact that this is a growing mortgage on the other side, so it's not a gift, it's not free. But the fact is, it can grow to be more than the value of the home, and as long as they do those 3 things, taxes, insurance, and maintain the home, they can still live there.
Yes.
Now, the important thing, however, about that is that the heirs, it's called a non-recourse loan. Now, what that means is the heirs are not going to have to pay this off. They can pay it off if they want to, but they don't have to. So what it allows them to do, if someone passes, there's really 3 choices the heirs have. One is to pay it off like any other mortgage.
Yes.
The second one is to sell the home, and the equity will go to the estate. And by the way, during that time that it's for sale, for example, they don't have to make payments like they would on a regular mortgage. And number 3, if it has got to be, let's say that the current HECM loan is $150,000 and the value of the home's $100,000, they can simply give the keys to the government and walk away with no liability. to the heirs. In fact, it goes a step further. Let's assume that there's a $50,000 life insurance in the estate. That cannot be required to pay this off.
Okay.
They can use it if they want to, but they don't have to. It's only the house.
So if the heirs want to sell it, they can.
Right. If there's an economic reason to sell it and there's value there, surely. So they haven't, you know, they haven't resolved everything, because they never do in any program. Doesn't fit every situation. But the way it's designed, it really hits those very important things. We don't want to create a risk for our family.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly.
And that risk is really taken away if this program is followed the right way.
Once you go into the HECM program, you're in it. You can't get out.
You're in it. And that's one of the things I tell people. I said, if you haven't decided you want to live in this house for the rest of your life, don't do it.
Yes.
Stop it. There's no reason to go down this path until you make that decision first.
Now, is there a cap on the value of the home?
The maximum loan, or the maximum value today, and this could change because the government can't change, they can change the program for new loans, not for those that are already in place, which is one of the benefits. It won't change if you have one. But the maximum loan today is $625,000.
So your
that's max.
In other words, in that formula that I talked about, the model, if a home's worth $1 million, we'll only put in $625,000 there.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else new that people should know about the HECM?
Well, the greatest thing, the most exciting thing to come on recently is a purchase program.
A purchase program?
And what this allows somebody to do, for example, if somebody's moving here from Pennsylvania and they're moving to South Carolina to retire, and they're selling their home in Pennsylvania for $400,000, and they're coming down here because they don't want a payment and going to put all $400,000 into this. Well, with this program, they can make a down payment, keep most of that money in their pocket, and never make a payment in this new home.
Well, I've got to cut you off. We've got to go. I am so sorry. Thanks for being with us today. We have enjoyed it.
Thanks, Margie.
We
always enjoy you when you come. It's so short.
Be sure to pick up your copy of Senior Living Guide. It is a statewide publication. Thanks for being with us today. And make sure you go to seniorconnections.tv, link to Larry Reed.
We'll see you next week.
And may
the Lord be with you.